The thing that has been coming up for me is around that whole thing of making a decision that's good for you now and also good for you later, and how you are able to make these decisions. And also it is about making decisions that you are happy to take responsibility for, and that you can see the lessons and the challenges in perhaps making those decisions. And you can see them as opportunities rather than, I so wish I didn't make that decision. Okay, so I'm talking about the outcome of making decisions that feel really good, that might be interweaved with some challenges, but feel good about that and see it as an opportunity. But how do you get to that place is the pre-work. Before you make the decision, how do you make a sound decision? How do you make a sound decision is emptying out your emotional cup and processing your emotions so that you were clearer about the decision you make and feel really grounded in it. So because people are going to question you and you still want to really trust that, okay, I'm honoring myself. This is good for me. This is good for others as well. And in the long term, however it plays out, I'm prepared to take responsibility. In amongst being able to take and make a decision from a grounded place by emptying out your emotional cup and continually processing your emotions, it's also putting the best intention and energy into your decision making. A decision can be considered an action as well. So I'm putting good intention and I'm putting good energy into this decision. And it's a very conscious process rather than I made a decision under pressure. I made a decision under duress. We usually will learn from other people's experiences, is why I want people to share more. We will learn from other people's experiences that when they make decisions, because it was influenced by others, because they were stressed or it was under pressure and duress, there's often regret. And then we have something that we need to process. And not everyone knows how to process their emotions, which is what I love to teach, and with the verbal dialogue process. If you have a decision to make, it's also, people do not need an immediate response. And this is something that I had to rein in with myself, because I was getting myself in trouble by responding to people quickly. I am a quick decision maker, but I have had to really tune in, which is just for a split second, really tune into, is it right to respond right now? And if I respond now, is this going to be good for me? Is it going to be good for them? Is it going to be good now? And is it going to be good later? So I have made mistakes, and particularly in the last year. And this is more when I was running a team. And I had to say to them, it's like, guys, I know that you're used to really quick responses from me, but you're now going to have to wait at least a few days. I will acknowledge it so you know that I'm thinking about it, but no longer can you expect a quick response from me unless I really feel that I can give that quick response. It sounds like a lot. Initially you think, oh, I've just got to make a decision, but actually there's a lot of thought process behind it, which can slow you down. But the more you practice anything in life, you will get quicker, quicker, quicker. So I can dive in very quickly into my internal system, my intuition, my body sensation, to know whether or not it's right to respond now, or to say, I've heard you, I need to think about that. Let me get back to you by Wednesday, in 2 days, tomorrow or later tonight. And also honor my word that I'm going to get back to them when I said that I'm going to get back to them. So many people leave it wishy-washy of, let me get back to you. There's no deadline, and then time goes by and both people start to get resentment and animosity because they're like, they told me they're going to get back to me. When are they going to get back to me? And then the other person's like, well, I didn't tell them I was going to get back to them at a certain time, so I can get back to them when I'm ready. Because we all operate in different frequencies and we're all different personalities in how we respond and communicate with people. I did a separate podcast about the space between, and I also talked about the milestones on the masterclass, which is only going to be up for another 10 days on the podcast, and there's a video replay. The milestones that happen and the space. I did a whole podcast on the space in between. And this is when you can make those decisions that seem like they're really fast, but you can think, what's my intention and energy behind this? Do I need to answer this now or later? How can I respond to this? And is this decision going to be good for me and also the other people and maybe the wider community involved? Just hearing yourself, you'll get a little bit clearer. And again, tuning into that body sense, which is the body sensations are not always available to people, especially when too much is going on. And so that's why I say take the time out, and with that space, you're going to be happier with whatever decision you make.